Greetings, Earthlings. It is I, RoboLizard, and today it is my pleasure to introduce you to a very special game called EVE Online. Now, God, what can be said about EVE Online? This is one of the deepest games you will ever see. I mean, this game is basically just an endless rabbit hole. And once you start going down that rabbit hole, man, let me tell you, there's like a gazillion options. Alright, so check out all these ships here. This is the ship tree. This right here, these are the Minmatar ships. That's a whole federation worth of ships right here. A whole one of the major factions. You've got Galente. These are a different faction, and they have their own ships. You've got Caldari. These are a whole other class of ships. These here, they all have their own sort of claim to fame, I guess, like ranging from the very tiny ships, the Corvette style ship that's what you start with, and you've got frigates that are smaller and they just get bigger and bigger and badder, and some of the ships are locked because I'm playing alpha. That's free to play. It's actually pretty cool. You have quite a lot of options at your disposal even if you're playing alpha. If you pay them money, you can get Omega Clone, which unlocks all these other ships, and they're awesome, obviously. But it doesn't mean that these ones that are free, I mean free in the sense that you don't need to pay. You don't need to pay to play. You still have a lot of cool options here. I've gone ahead and I've chosen my Rattlesnake. It's a drone ship. It's got very powerful drones. It's kind of like this game's equivalent of summoning. They're your minions, And I've also gone ahead and I've gotten a mission already. And I'm just gonna undock and let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna try to keep this video short, but God, this game is so deep and I could just rant about it like forever, and I wouldn't even begin to scratch the surface of what you can do in this game. So this is a gorgeous big space station. Look at that. That's where I was docked. And ain't that beautiful? Look at that. It's a huge structure with, look at those pretty lights and stuff. Anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked. But that is really nice, and that gives you an idea of some of the things you can see in this game. And this game is like I said, it's endless. There's so much depth going on here that I can't even do it justice in a single video. You see that planet there? You can set up colonies to like farm resources and stuff on that planet. But I think that's locked to alpha, unfortunately. If you want to do planetary interaction, you gotta pay for some subscription time. But I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do as an alpha clone. You can, mining is one of the many things in this game that you can do, although alphas don't really have access to very good mining ships, unfortunately. But, you can explore wormholes, you can do manufacturing and build ships, you can form corporations. There's just so much that can be done. But I think for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show you some basic combat, what it looks like. I'm just going to go do one really simple little mission, and it still might even take a while. It's just, man, this is EVE. Welcome to EVE Online. It is a crazy game. It's crazy. It's been around, I want to say about 10 years, maybe not quite, maybe more, maybe less, whatever. It's an old game. It has a very dedicated player base. People still play this game and haven't stopped since the beginning, and there's a reason for that, because you can get very invested in a game like this. See, like an example, the ship that I'm flying here, it's a pretty expensive ship. It's a Rattlesnake. It's one of the pirate factions, and it can take a while just to get a ship like this. And then there's the training for the ships, which actually takes real time. And the same thing goes for training modules and stuff. So there's a lot of patience required to play a game like this, actually. Sometimes you just have to wait. Like, if you want to train like the highest ranks of the highest ships and stuff, along with all the modules and everything that goes on it, it can actually take years. Not even kidding. It can take years of real time for your pilot to train to be able to use some of these ships. This one that I'm in here is a battleship class. It's a pretty big sized ship. It's got a lot of firepower. It can wreck shit. Alright, anyway, I've arrived at the mission site. Those little red dots that you see, that's some buddies that are gonna try to kill me. Good buddies, right? So anyway, I'm gonna launch this here tractor beam thingy, and basically that's gonna scoop up the wrecks. So when I kill these guys, which I will, I'm gonna launch some drones here in a moment. And all those guys that are firing at me, look at that. You see all those lasers? All these little bastards are firing at me. For the purpose of this video, I'm just running a level 3 mission because it's easier, so I can kind of, you know, I don't have to worry as much, and I can focus more on just talking and telling you guys about it. So alright, so I've unleashed my drones, and see those two? Bam! They already killed that guy. See that? Senti Slave Hunter wreck. And this tractor beam thingy that I've dropped is going to pull in the wrecks. And that alone is pretty cool. That's something that they added at one point. These kind of tractor beam thingies that, I mean, tractor beams have existed, I think, since the beginning of this game, but they added this thing that just automatically pulls in wrecks for you so you can salvage them afterwards. See, they've already gone and they've killed like 3 of these little guys, but these little guys are just frigates. They're easy. That's one of the lightest class of ships, so they die quite quickly. Yeah, so you can see there's already only one left. They've already gone ahead and killed most of them, and that's that. They're dead. So I can just select all of these ships, all these wrecks, and I got these salvager modules that I can use, and I'm gonna go ahead and salvage these wrecks here. Oh, that one's too far away. Okay, well, that's alright, because my tractor beam is going to be pulling them in. Pretty cool. Like, see this here? This is a warp gate that I can use to go to the next area of this mission. So yeah, I'm just gonna get these wrecks real quick because it's precious. They're precious. Return my drones. And yeah, so you see, it's not like piloting really. Like, it's not like flight controls that you might expect in something like a simulator. It kind of works more like a real-time RPG where you just, you know, pick an object and orbit it, or lock on to this thing and then, you know, fire off your guns down here, or just that type of thing. So it has that kind of like RPG style to the combat, if you will. And I'm a big fan of RPGs. I've always loved them for as long as I can remember. RPGs have been my favorite type of game. Damn, I mean, yeah, that's, see these salvager beams? They're just cleaning up these wrecks of these ships that I've killed. And that's that. That's the first room of this mission, the first pocket, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and scoop up this thing. Wait, yeah, I named it Don't You Forget About Me, because I don't want to forget this gadget. It's expensive. Alright, just a few more wrecks to salvage here. So yeah, EVE Online, I think this is a game that requires an inordinate amount of patience. It's a game that's not for everybody. It's a game that will piss you off on multiple occasions. I guarantee it. I cannot tell you how many times this game has pissed me off. It's a love-hate relationship. I think it's an amazing game. I think it has so much stuff to offer, so many different things that you can do, exploring wormholes and stuff, and mining, etc., etc., manufacturing, but I mean, like, I can't really do it justice. Like, you would almost have to try it to see what I mean. There's too many things that can be done. Alright, so this is the final pocket of this mission already. So when I clear this room, my mission will be complete. So I'm gonna, alright, I'm gonna drop my tractor beam thingy again. Dropping this here, and I'm gonna select this item that I just dropped, and I'm gonna orbit it. So that's just gonna keep me moving in place. And see, they're targeting me. See those guys? That means they're targeting me. They're gonna start firing at me at any moment. I'm gonna release my drones, and as soon as they hit me, that should send my drones into attack mode or whatever. I'll just send them. Wow, those guys are far away, and I'm in a very slow ship. So, geez, that's gonna be a pain. I guess, alright, I have a solution for that. I'm just gonna scoop up this thing here, because it's expensive. That's why I named it Don't You Forget About Me. I can't forget that tractor gizmo. It costs about 10 million credits, which is quite a bit. Alright, so my drones are over there killing those guys. So, alright, so this is cool. You see, at any one of these objects you can click on and you can zoom and take a look. That's one of the features that I always thought was kind of cool. You can kind of zoom in and take a look at remote objects, get a closer look at them, swirl your camera around, take a look at that thing. That is pretty badass right there. But anyway, that main structure is where I'm headed, because I have to kill everything, and they are over there. So, alright, there's a few that are in range. I'm just going to target these guys, and active target. Okay. That's cool. You know what? I don't care about looting those wrecks, okay, or salvaging these ships, because the purpose of this video is to just show you a little bit of combat. Because, you know, it has a very distinct style of combat that I've never seen before. I mean, there's not a whole lot of games that work like this in space and three-dimensional and everything, and you have to, you know, consider where things are. For example, see these guys, they're out of my range. I don't have anything to shoot at them to get their attention. Let's see if I can send my drones at them. Drone requires an active target. I think they're close enough though. I think I have enough range on my drones. God damn it. Nope, they're still a little too far away. Okay. Alright, you know what? Recalling those drones. And wow, I am already annoyed because it's going to take me a while to reach these things. I should have brought, like, I could have fit like a module in one of these slots, like a laser or something that I could have used to like shoot them and get their attention, and then they could fly towards me, and then I would be able to start attacking them. But since they're out of my range, I can't really do anything. I have to just slowly move towards them, which is one of the disadvantages to flying a large ship like this. These big old ships here, they tend to be a lot slower than little frigates and stuff like that. But those frigates, they lack the firepower of a ship like this one. Basically, this ship can just own all sorts of shit. You can take on like large groups of these guys, and it's never going to be a problem in a ship like this. In a frigate, however, you know, you have very low HP, you have very low armor, so if something uses like a module to slow you down, you lose your velocity and things can easily hit you, and then you can actually easily get killed. On the other hand, a very agile, very fast little ship, like if they don't slow you down, if they don't have like a webifier to slow you down, you're moving so quickly that nothing can hit you. I think I should have taken a ship like that for this video. It probably would have been more interesting and more fast-paced. But, oh well. Looks like I can target that, but I think I'm still too far away to hit it. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I should have taken a faster ship, probably. I don't know if this is really effective at showing how fun Eve is if it takes a while to just reach the damn ships. But you know what? I'm gonna showcase this game in all of its glory and show you the good and the bad, okay? And this is just one of the things that kind of sucks sometimes about this game, is slow boating. In a ship like this, it can just take a while to reach things. But as I mentioned, I think previously, it's a patience game. This game is not for everybody. I wouldn't recommend it to a lot of people actually, because just the patience that's required to play a game like this sometimes is more than most people can afford. So, but yeah, so yeah, love-hate relationship, man. I both love and despise this game at the same time. But that definitely doesn't mean that you should not check it out. This is a game that has a lot of depth and a lot of intrigue and a lot of value. So there we go. Now I can reach them. Yeah. Right, so my little drones are going to go over there and start beating those guys up. That's kind of a cool thing. Let's take a look at that thing. So, dysfunctional solar harvester. All these guys are just hanging out, flying around this thing. But I think it's that station over there. See, I wanted to show you guys this little feature that you can just kind of zoom in and take a look at things, because I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I already looked at that one earlier. Oh, there we go. Alright, so my drones are kicking the asses of those little dudes over there. I'm pretty sure my only objective on this mission is to just kill everything. I hope so. So let's see. Wow, that is slow. I'm getting some kind of lag here, man. Jeez. Quite frankly, it doesn't even matter if I don't complete the mission. I just wanted to, I wanted you guys to see what the combat looked like. And it's really just one of many, many, many aspects. Like, many years ago when I used to play this, I was actually in a corporation that was all about industry. Just mining minerals from asteroids and building ships. And that alone was quite cool and fun, and it actually has quite a lot of different possibilities for you to explore. Oh boy, my drones are taking a beating. One of them's taking a beating, so I'm going to recall them real quickly. Get back here. So I'm recalling my drones, and then once they are no longer a target, then all of those ships are going to start attacking me. Let's see what I can do about that. So I'm going to launch my gizmo again, my tractor beam gizmo. I'm going to set myself to orbit that thing, because when you're moving, they're less likely to hit you. Yeah, come on, guys. There we go. Alright, my drones are back. They're not going to get killed. So now these guys are going to start shooting at me. But this thing that I'm flying is a tank. Like this sucker has a lot of shield on it. So they're not going to be able to kill me. And I purposely chose an easy mission just for the sake of this video, because I didn't want to stress out too much. But yeah, alright, so it looks like I have aggro. That means that they're attacking me and not my drones. So I should be okay to release my drones. Actually, you know what? I'm going to release the Gecko. This is the biggest, baddest drone that you can have. And he is basically just going to go around and just wreck everything. So, gonna send him to just attack this guy here, the Senti Scavenger. And that's it. He's gonna just go now from ship to ship, and he's just gonna start blasting everything. There you go. See, he basically one-shot that guy. Did you see that? So that's it. I have that drone over there that's just gonna go around and just one-shot everything now. So, yeah, drone ships are cool if you want to AFK sometimes. You can actually set your drones, you can release your drones, and you can just go make yourself a cup of coffee And by the time you come back, everything is dead, and then you can just harvest all the wrecks and stuff. Looks like that gecko is taking a bit of a beating, a little bit. Just a little bit. You can see its health here. This is the shields, and this is the armor, and this is the hull. They're not even going to get through the shield of that gecko, I think. See, so he's just going to just go from one to the next now, and he's just going to start one-shotting all of these guys. And that's going to be it. That's going to complete my mission. Or at least I'm pretty sure that's all I need to do. Let me take a look at my journal. Acquire these goods. Okay. Confiscated viral agent. That's what I have to get. So that's going to be in one of these wrecks, but that's not a problem. So I have my little tractor beam thingy that's going to scoop up all the wrecks. So thankfully I'm not going to need to fly for an hour to reach whatever thing. Oh, 'cause that's the thing about these slow ships, man. That is a fucking pain. Slow ships can be a pain. Alright, now my gecko's taking a beating, actually, and I'm quite surprised because I didn't think a level 3 mission was gonna... I didn't think these guys would be able to deal a whole lot of damage, but look at that, they're wailing on this expensive drone. That's a very expensive drone. Okay, now I'm being warp scrambled. That means if I wanted to warp away right now, I couldn't. Thankfully, there's no way that these guys are going to kill me. At least I don't think so. If they did, I would really be super pissed off because this ship is quite expensive. Alright, so I'm releasing the heavy drones that I had out before. They're considerably less expensive than the gecko. If one of these things gets blown up, I'm not going to be nearly as upset about it. But, yeah, this game can just piss you off, man. You can spend ages farming to get the necessary materials to build a ship, and then that ship can be instantly evaporated, like the next time you go outside of the station. If you go to the wrong places and stuff. Usually if you're smart about it, you can avoid losing ships. Like if you know what you're doing a little, but in the beginning you are gonna lose ships, man. I can almost guarantee that you're gonna lose ships. Because this is a very unforgiving game. Sometimes this game will just mercilessly kick your ass, and there's very little you can do about it sometimes. There's entire factions of like players that are basically pirates, that if you just go in the wrong neighborhood, man, they will just kill you. They will kill you, and they will harvest your wreck, and they will take whatever loot and modules and stuff that was on your ship, and they will not even blink. Like, they will kick your ass, take all your shit, and they will not care. That is just how unforgiving this game can be sometimes. But most of the time you can actually avoid that just by not going to places where you shouldn't. That said, there is a very high degree of risk and reward in EVE. If you go to places that are very dangerous, that just means that you have the chances to find the very, very precious loot, like the type of stuff that goes on the auction house for ridiculous amounts of money. So... And there's actually like people who train accounts and train pilots and ships and stuff and sell them. There's like an exchange, like real life money in this game sometimes. Like the largest class of ship that I'm aware of, the Titan, you can just buy one, but it would actually cost you like a couple $1,000s real life money. You know, there's player-owned space stations in this game that you can actually fit out with like huge like security guns and stuff, and it's yours. And it's, you know, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with a thing like that that can just get you tons and tons of cash in the game. But you know, other players can just come along and kill your space station. They can just fuck up your shit and take it. So that's one of the things about this game that I would warn any new player who would consider a game like this. Um, you need a lot of patience because like this game will just piss you off, man. I'm telling you, it will just piss you off over and over again. Like if you can't handle some loss now and then, you're not gonna like Eve because this game, like you often lose stuff in this game. There's stories of player base or like player corporations or whatever that go to the trouble of assembling very big, very expensive ships, and those ships can just get wrecked the next day. And when I say expensive, I mean it can take months sometimes to put a ship together. I'm not even kidding. And you can take it out in one fleet battle and lose it. So that is just the scope of just how crazy this game can get. It doesn't look like much, but I'm telling you, this is one hell of a fucking game. It's a game that I love to hate, but it's definitely a love-hate relationship. I can tell you that. So I've killed almost all of them. There's only just a few left now. My drones are doing a really good job. They're just going around killing shit. I got one that's right next to me who's shooting me. Actually, I think it's the guy that has me webbed. I've been unable to move this whole time. I'm going at a snail's pace because this guy has me webbed. That's just one of the many modules that you can fit on a ship. And that's also one of the best ways to get your ship destroyed sometimes. Like if something is webbing you and you can't move, you're a sitting duck. You're an easy target. Like they can't miss you when they shoot at you. So that could actually be a big problem. I had another thing, warp scrambling me means I wouldn't have been able to warp away had I wanted to, or if I would have been in a situation where I needed to warp away, I wouldn't have been able to. I'm telling you, this is just, it's a game that will piss you off, I guarantee it. But again, it's like I can't tell you how good this game is. I'm trying my best to explain how good this game is, and how cool it is, and how deep it is, and everything. At the end of the day, like, no matter how much it pisses you off... Oh, look at that nice explosion. That's beautiful. At the end of the day, no matter how much a game pisses you off, like, if you keep going back to it over the years, then it's a good game, you know? And Eve is definitely a good game. I can't rant enough about this game. I feel like I've already ranted enough anyway. I'm gonna end this video soon. I don't know if you're gonna like this video because I was a little bit like sort of irritated the whole time, I guess, but that's this game, man. This game kind of sometimes it brings out the worst in people. You know, there's games like that, and this is definitely one of them. But that said, I still love it. It's a special game. It's always gonna have a place in my heart. You know, it's like, it is definitely a game that has enough depth to it that you'll never exhaust every option. It is by far the deepest game I've ever seen. Like, and that's usually what I look for in a game. So, all right. So I scooped up my Scoop-a-majiggy thing, that expensive piece of equipment I don't want to lose. I could salvage these wrecks here, but quite honestly, I don't really care. I don't need anything off of these ships, but I'll just go ahead and do a little bit of salvaging just so you can see what that looks like. Just gonna use my salvagers on these wrecks here to grab some shit. Might as well. I mean, I came all this way to do all this stuff. I might as well fly away with something in my cargo hold. And it's probably not going to be anything all that valuable, but just overall the point was to just showcase EVE Online so you can see what it's like. And it's another free-to-play now that in recent years it's gone free-to-play. It is a thing that anybody can just download and start playing. Love it, hate it, it's EVE. It's the one and only EVE Online. It will piss you off, but it will also consume your soul. You will get addicted, probably. You will get invested, because there's just no end to it. And the deeper you get into it, the more there is to see. So I'm RoboLizard. This has been my introduction to EVE Online. Sorry if I was a bit pissed off, but again, that's what a game like EVE will do to you. It'll piss you off, but I can't stress enough how good it is. My video might not have done it justice, but it's definitely a great game. It's one of a kind. It's EVE Online. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Or, just call me an asshole if you want. That's fine too, if that's what you like to do. Cool. Alright then. So that's been my introduction to EVE Online. I appreciate it for what it is, even if it's nuts and it drives me nuts. But I definitely appreciate it for what it is. It's one of a kind. Thank you for watching. Alright, I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.